I have in front of me a 5-meter USB to USB cable. So it's male connections on both ends. And we've added this cable into our range simply because there's been a number of requests where people need to convert a female to a male and they just want to be able to use something like this. So we've added it on. There's a couple of length versions on it. 5 meters with the maximum length you go to on a cable like this. So this is a 2.0. It means it's backward compatible with 1.1 and also 1.0. One point I'm going to make in relation to this is if you're going with a 3.0 cable, the maximum run length on those is actually only 3 meters. And if you're going to be using it in conjunction with a hard drive, something like that, you'd possibly be best to use it with a sort of a mains powered hard drive, simply because you have a certain power draw on it, and obviously the longer the run of the cable, the greater the power drop off. So what I'm going to try to do is give an example of where we'd use this. So I'm going to give you an example of where we have a set-top box and we have it mounted directly behind the TV. So you see this is nano, it's possible to mount it behind a little sensor on top of the TV. So it's very discreetly mounted. But we also want to be able to access directly into a hard drive. So what we could do in that scenario is we could come along and we'd have a faceplate mounted behind the TV and discreetly run in the wall would have the cables to allow us to connect here. So we'll have this connection here. And what we could do is I could use a short male-to-male cable, which I'll just demonstrate here. I'll have it running out of that faceplate directly into our set-top box. And what we'll do here is we'll use this cable buried, we'll say, inside the wall in the trunking. So we could use it at the point of putting in the whole trunking. Discreetly hidden away, what we'd have here is we'd have another faceplate that's popping out on the far end, over here. And what we could do now is we could add our mains powered hard drive at this point. In this case, I'm going to give a demonstration as if it was with a USB. And what can happen now is that the set-top box that's mounted over here can now be picking up and using a hard drive that's mounted all the way over here and the cable running through, and everything is discreetly mounted behind the wall. So that's really some application of it. There's a lot of other simpler applications with it as well, but hopefully that gives it fairly intuitive. We do of course stock the male, the female versions, all the rest of it, and we have 3.0 versions as well of other cables, all within our USB range, and it's all to be found on freetv.ie.